Have you ever faced a giant in your life? Something so big, so overwhelming that fear took over your heart? What if the key to victory wasn't strength, but faith? Today, we explore one of the most powerful and inspiring stories ever told, the story of a young shepherd boy who defeated a giant warrior, not with armor, not with a sword, but with unshakable faith in God. This is the story of David and Goliath. Section 1. The Fear of Israel. The armies of Israel stood on one hill, and their enemies, the Philistines, stood on another. Between them was a valley, a place where courage would be tested. Every day a giant stepped forward. His name was Goliath. He was over 9 feet tall, a warrior covered in heavy bronze armor, carrying weapons that seemed impossible for any ordinary man to lift. And every morning and evening Goliath shouted a challenge. Choose a man to fight me. If he wins, we will serve you, but if I win, you will serve us. But no one moved. Not the soldiers, not the warriors, not even King Saul. Fear had paralyzed them all. For 40 days the giant mocked them. For 40 days no one answered. Section 2. David arrives. Far from the battlefield, a young shepherd named David was tending his father's sheep. He wasn't a soldier. He wasn't trained for war, but he had something greater, a heart full of faith. One day his father sent him to bring food to his brothers on the battlefield. As David arrived, he heard the giant's voice echoing across the valley. He saw the fear in Israel's army, and something inside him stirred. Who is this Philistine that he should defy the armies of the living God? While others saw a giant, David saw an opportunity for God to move. Word reached King Saul, and David was brought before him. Saul looked at him, just a boy, and said, "You can't fight him." But David replied, "I have fought lions and bears while protecting my sheep. The same God who saved me then will save me now." Section 3. Faith over fear. King Saul offered David his armor, but it didn't fit. David took it off. Because his strength wasn't in armor, it was in God. Instead, he picked up 5 smooth stones and his sling. Then he walked toward the giant, step by step. Faith over fear. As Goliath saw David approaching, he laughed. "Am I a dog that you come at me with sticks?" The giant cursed him, mocked him, threatened him, but David stood firm. "You come against me with sword and spear, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty." This wasn't just a battle. It was a declaration of faith. Section 4. The battle. The moment had come. The giant moved forward, confident, unstoppable. David ran toward him, not away but toward the problem. With one swift motion, David placed a stone in his sling and released it. The stone flew through the air and struck Goliath directly in the forehead. The giant fell. The ground shook. Silence filled the valley. The impossible had just happened. David, the shepherd boy, had defeated the giant. Not by strength, but by faith. Section 5. The victory and lesson. The Philistines fled. Israel rose in victory, but this story is more than history, it's a message, because we all face giants, fear, doubt, poverty, failure. They stand in front of us just like Goliath stood before Israel. But here's the truth. Your giant is not bigger than your God. David didn't win because he was strong. He won because he believed. Faith turns weakness into strength. Faith turns fear into courage. Faith turns impossible into victory. So whatever giant you're facing today, don't run away. Run toward it, with faith. Because the same God who was with David is with you. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this message with someone who needs encouragement today. And remember, with faith, no giant is too big. One stone, one giant, one God.